Will Peterbot keep his momentum at LAN? The Global Championship in Dallas is in 1 week, and it is Peterbot and Poyo's chance to prove themselves in person. A solid 50% of the community still thinks he used some sort of cheats, so the LAN is his chance to silence his haters or prove them right. I'm going to be breaking down everything from his past allegations, prior LAN placements, in his chance this time, including the competition like clicks in Vino and his drop spot. If that sounds intriguing, invest in the channel. Over 2,000 of you have subscribed in the past 28 days, so we are heading to the moon. And to help the community out, please use code reidtheninja or another small creators code in the item shop. But on to Peterbot and Poyo's chance at the 2024 Global Championship LAN event. How will they do? I think the question that's on most people's mind is, does he actually use aimbot? And if he does, how will his performance decline without the crutch like that on epic regulated PCs at the global setup? And I'll just say right off the bat, I personally don't think he uses aimbot currently, but there are some suspicious clips of him in the past like this.
What? Wait, did I say
Peter!
Wait.
You were making it obvious on God!
And a lot of people are quick to say this was a glitch that was in the game, and it actually is one that I've experienced myself, where aiming and unaiming will send your crosshair in a random direction. So, I don't know. But to play devil's advocate, many professional gamers have admitted to using aimbot in the past to increase their skill. Specifically, a lot of CSGO players. They claim that if you use aimbot at a younger age or in casual lobbies, you learn where to aim, and that's because you're seeing it happen on your screen, whether you're controlling it or not. So once you turn it off, yes, your aim might immediately suffer, but you now generally know and have a good feel of where your crosshair is supposed to be and where you need to be aiming. So a lot of people think that's what Peterbot did. He used it in the past, but has now stopped using any sort of aim hacks and is now just that good. But the true test will be his placement at LAN, when he's not at his own PC, but an event-provided PC. And of course, this isn't his first LAN, so how has he done in the past? In 2022, Peterbot went to the LAN Invitational with his duo Jamper, and after day one, he was dead last. 50th place out of 50. That's when a lot of people started speculating that he used cheats all chapter and couldn't in the Invitational and then suffered. Although on day 2 of that, he was able to bring it somewhat back and finished at 37th place, which isn't last, but is still the bottom half. And then the Global Championship last year in 2023, he again didn't do great, finishing in 26th place, which is middle of the pack, but again, still doesn't even break into the top half of players. There's also his performance at other non-epic regulated tournaments like DreamHack and Saudi, and I'll let Kanata explain that one, which by the way, Kanata has qualified for every single FNCS Grand Finals ever, so he knows what he's talking about.
Have you guys seen Peterbot lands? He went to DreamHack, Dallas, didn't even qualify. He's never been to Saudi because he hasn't qualified for Saudi. He went to his Invitational with Jamper, and they somehow were unconned the bottom right spot and got 47. Looks to me, this guy has the worst record at LAN. Did anybody see him at Copenhagen? Not me. I didn't see him at Copenhagen.
And while Kanata is correct, he didn't talk about how good Peterbot looked at the Esports World Cup LAN event. His aim looked incredible, and it obviously couldn't have been because of aimbot, because he was in person. He also managed to get second place with his team Agent at DreamHack Dallas. So he was looking pretty good, and it looks like Peterbot might have flipped a new coin on his LAN placements. Of course, though, the Esports World Cup game mode was capture the flag, not the typical battle royale mode, but honestly, that's where aim would matter more in my opinion. Like, no one ever accused Peterbot of being an unsmart player who didn't know how to rotate or get surge, they just accused him of his aim. So when he's back on the battle royale LAN setup, I believe Peterbot can show up and do well, especially this chapter. Many of the GOATs of Fortnite had their eras. For example, Tayson was majorly winning from 2020 to 2021 with multiple FNCS wins. And this time it feels like it's the Peterbot era, chapter 5. Sometimes these standout players find something in the chapter that they can absolutely abuse, and for Peterbot, it's the medallion POIs this chapter. Their first one of the year was of course with that Grim Gate Dash medallion. Last season it was with the Red Line Rig Shield medallion, and this season it might be the Raft Scanning medallion for them. And they have the privilege of going for these POIs because of their resume and the fear they strike in their opponents' hearts. That's why they got Grimgate uncontested on NA for 12 out of 12 games in Grand Finals and broke 1,000 points in the all-time FNCS scoring record. So this time they have another medallion POI and are looking to three-peat. And you might be thinking, Reid the Ninja, this time they're not on NA. This time they are on the global stage versing the best from every region. And you're right, and this would usually have me raise an eyebrow at least and genuinely consider if Peterbot and Pollo have what it takes to compete against the likes of every other region, but especially EU's best. But that kind of got settled last season. Countless of EU's finest flew over to NA to compete for the Global Championship qualifying spots, and all of them got silenced by Peterbot. Even Vino, who had teamed up with Clix, got put down after holding on to first place for 9 games in a row. And man, I don't want to glaze. I wish Clix and Vino won, to be honest, but as an impartial YouTuber with no stake in either of these guys, you have to admit Peterbot's run is crazy. 2 back-to-back, not to mention his second place in season 1 of this chapter, and is now going to defend his title at the LAN. Like, if you think about it, his average placement on the chapter is 1.3. That's insane. It feels like we're watching Jordan and Pippen right now. I mean, I still call LeBron dad. Whoa, what was that? But nah, if Peterbot shits the bed at LAN, I think he will lose a lot of that respect and glaze from the community, especially with his landing spot and the contesting teams. And if you mess with the vid so far, please drop a like and invest in the channel. But as a lot of you know, Peterbot is being contested this time at the LAN. And not only that, he is going out of his way to take the forecast tower that was previously a part of Clix's strategy. Some people call it griefing, but it is a smart play to go for the forecast tower when it's close by. And the reason people think it's kind of weird is Peterbot and Pollo are being contested at Raft by multiple teams and are actively choosing to leave early to fight Clix and Vino, which if you remember, were one of their biggest threats to the top of the leaderboard last FNCS. So they aren't going for the other 3 teams that are actually landing at Raft, which is Trashy and Threats, Swizzy and his duo, which looks like it'll be Japco, and Kazi and Aspect. And this also has been changing constantly, so there might be a few different drop maps. I'm not sure which one is finalized yet, but they could either be double, triple, or quad contested. And the crazy part is, instead of fighting these teams, Peterbot and Pollo are instead leaving as soon as they get that medallion to fight for the forecast tower, which again was a part of the split that Clix and Vino were going for. And if you're unfamiliar, that area focused on the Sandy Steps and forecast tower. So now's the part of the video where I drop my prediction. Do I think Peterbot and Pollo can win another FNCS at Global Championships at the LAN? No. And I'm a little lenient with that answer. If they do get it uncontested, I think they definitely can. But unless they start getting Raft uncontested, I think it'll be really hard for them. They are the most talented duo in the lobby, sure, but they've thrived off of their fear tactic for 2 straight FNCSs to get their spot uncontested, and this time, they're not. Not only that, but Clix and Peterbot I think personally have it out for each other, and their desire to crush the other team's dreams will lead to more inconsistent play. But that's not to say they'll do bad. I think they will both get top 5 and possibly podium. They are both fantastic teams, but their consistency, even if it drops by only 5 or 10%, I think that will give leeway to other GOATs to re-emerge and win this LAN. I really think Acorn and Cold could be LAN stoppers, but their POI at Brutal Beachhead isn't as good this time around, so I really think it might actually put Reet and Ritual in that number 1 slot coming out of Doomstat. They'll have the new Mythic Shotgun and Invisibility Medallion, which means they don't have to build as much and spend as much mats rotating, etc. So I think they have a good chance. But let me know, is that an awful take? And even if it is, I hope I have informed you about something in this video. And if I have, I'd appreciate it if you helped me out by using code reidtheninja in the item shop, or just another small creator's code to help out the community. Invest in the channel for more Fortnite news and tutorials, and click this video right here to learn about how to loot Peterbot's POI super effectively. This is your guide to getting 555 mats at Raft, as well as an efficient loot path for getting multiple mega chests and the coin. Thanks for watching, and on that note, I am signing off.